The importance of scare actors, scaring with Sammy. So I want to talk about the importance of our jobs as scare actors. And this is not to downplay in any way everybody else's jobs, because everyone is a part of the haunt. Everyone from costuming and makeup and set design and set building and security and concessions, and everybody is an integral part of it. But nobody else really gets sort of slapped around as much like the actors do. You don't see memes, sort of denigrating everybody else. It's really just the actors. Ooh, the actors are coming in. Me? Set design. Really, if you're really more interested in the set design than actually seeing, what the whole haunt is, and getting scared, then, go to a museum or, show up at a time when you're doing a backstage tour or something like that, and don't waste the time of all the actors. Sometimes I find that haunters are actually even worse guests than regular guests, and I'm going to do a discussion about that on etiquette of going through somebody else's haunt at a different time. Anyway, this is about the actors and the actual importance of the actors, because after everybody's done their part, the actors are that last piece in the puzzle. And no matter how good everything else is done, if the actors do not have it in them, if the actors aren't giving it their all, then, the whole haunt suffers. The actors will make or break a haunt. And this was really laid out in stark relief when I went to Universal Studios Orlando. I had a great time. We did 9 out of the 10 haunts, and Universal Studios is a very different animal than most professional haunts. They do thousands of people per hour. And of course, it's always in a conga line. And the scare actors are tracked, they're choreographed, they've got, a soundtrack as well. They don't have as much individual expression, but there's a difference between when they have energy or not. And of course, this is Universal Studios, which means they have full movie set-like sets. You're walking through it, it's gorgeous. They have people this and that and the whole thing that they set up. And I didn't actually use a noun in there because it really was just, impressive of the type of sets that they have. So it's a kind of a different animal, but it still puts in stark relief the difference made by the actors. So the first haunt that we went to was one of those that had all of these huge, amazing, gorgeous sets. Like I said, they had people, floating and this and, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away which house it was. But the problem is that the actors were lackluster. I don't know whether or not they hadn't woken up yet, they hadn't gotten their first wind, they didn't warm up or whatever it is, but they're just walking out, we got these incredible sets and they're coming out, and it killed the haunt. No matter how incredible everything was, it sucked. It was awful. In fact, I was terrified that the rest of the haunts would all be like that. That it would all be just people that are saying, okay, yeah, if I step out for 3 seconds, every 20 seconds or so, I'll get a paycheck. But that's not what it was. Other haunts were fantastic. And just, little step back, it's not like I'm a bad guest. I let things happen. I let it because I have a better time with it. So I wasn't the bad guest. They just were coming out, And no matter how beautiful everything else was, it killed the haunt. The haunt was awful because of them. Like I said, other haunts that didn't even have as much money put into it, into the design and into the set dressings. The actors were out and they were doing things, and they were fun. They were fantastic. I had a great time in every haunt except for that one. And that really just points out how important the actor's job is. No matter how incredible the sets was, it was us, these scare actors, that brought that to life and made that a wonderful haunt. So that's the point I want to make. The scare actors make or break a haunt. Not to downplay everybody else's jobs, because everybody else works really hard and everybody works together. Everyone's an integral part. But scare actors, we are the last piece in the puzzle. We are the ones that are making those families and friends and couples shriek and huddle together as they come through. It's our energy that brings that place to life, that brings everything to life and makes things happen. So whenever you feel like, scare actors are getting dumped on, or we're just getting this or whatever it is, don't forget, we bring the haunts to life. And it's our energy. So go out, have fun, have energy, and remember how important the scare actors are. Scaring with Sammy.